Is Jeff McDonald. I am the counselor for Ward 2, Stuart Cove, and I'm also chair of Planning Development and Heritage. I want to welcome everybody for attending here tonight. Thank you for joining us online. I have no doubt we will shatter view records on YouTube and Facebook, so I look forward to seeing our numbers and pricing our ads accordingly. If you want to comment formally on anything from tonight's meeting, the town will accept written responses provided directly to the planning department by email or in writing until 12 p.m. on Friday. That says January 12th in my script, but I'm going to say September 12th, 2024. Please note the comments provided on any social media platform are not captured as part of the written submission process. There is an application on the agenda this evening. After the application being presented here tonight, there will be an open floor for any questions or comments on the applications. Questions via social media will be monitored and submitted to be read into the record and answered. To ask a question, please use the comment field on either YouTube or Facebook where you are viewing the live stream. As this is a public meeting, you are required to provide your name and address when asking a question. Now, before I turn the microphone over to Mr. Philip Ruff, our town planner, I do want to make a general statement. I ask that everyone here this evening be respectful of one another, especially you two, and be patient and allow each other time to speak and to respond. At this time, I would like to hand the floor over to Mr. Philip Ruff, town planner, for our presentation this evening.
Okay, thank you for that. I'll just go down one. So this is an application for a request. It's a textual text amendment for the addition of stacked semi-detached dwellings into the R2 zones. So the application was received from JDLB Hortons requesting to add a use called a stacked semi into the R2 zone and use the same development standards for those with stacked townhouse dwellings. So in terms of what a stacked semi is, it's a combination of a semi-detached building and a duplex building. So effectively, I'll bring up a concept. So this is a stacked semi, so you actually have one unit, like 2 units ground floor, 2 units second floor in one building. So it's effectively a building with 4 dwelling units arranged in a 2 wide by 2 high formation, with each unit being separated both vertically and horizontally from each other. And then the first one is to add the use into the R2 zone, and then the second component is to use the same development standards for the stacked townhouse use for this new use. So I have a table here that shows the uses within it. So the proposal is to use the same standards for like the same number of lots per unit, lot area, sorry. So it's 250 square meters per unit. So a 4 unit only requires a lot area of 1,000. And then the development standards, i.e. setbacks, so front yard, side yard, rear yard setbacks would be the same components. And then parking would be the same as the semi, so it'd be 2 units per space. And so in terms of the use itself, given its potential impact on existing R2 neighborhoods, this use would be restricted special permit uses only. And just what a special permit use is, it's a use that may be problematic within an existing zone and whose density, impacts, or other characteristics require review to ensure that the developer meets certain restrictive performance standards for the use at the designated location. So special permit uses require consideration by council and will provide council with the opportunity to better understand the potential impact of this proposed new building form on surrounding land uses in support of their decision. In terms of notification for this amendment, it was made under section 3.2.3 of the bylaw. There are 2 postings in the local newspaper on 2 separate occasions, and notice was also posted on the town social media pages. So, the summary of the application.
Thank you, Mr. Ruff. I do appreciate that. I would now call upon the applicant to provide a presentation explaining the rationale for their application at this time. And I understand we're going to have one of the representatives from the applicant company. So, sir, what I'm going to get you to do is come up to the podium here, say your name into the microphone, explain who you're representing and what you're looking to do.
Hi guys, my name's John Davidson, and I'm part owner of JDLB Holdings. I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight to listen to our proposal here for an amendment to the R2 zoning. We go through here why we're doing it and the reasoning behind it. So the zoning amendment is directed for our situation for two lots, lot 2270 and lot 2244, Smallwood Terrace. These are located in Kelly Heights. They're currently zoned R2 right now. We're asking for a variance on these lots so that we're able to build stacked semi-detached buildings. Currently the bylaw allows for you to stack townhouses, but it does not include semi-detached buildings. So here's a map of Stratford. I don't know if and Kelly Heights would be right in here. So, and then this is the site map for Kelly Heights, right here. And what we're looking at here is the lots down in here and a lot, lot over, yeah, that was right.
Yep.
Yeah, lot right here and a lot right here. I just wanted to point out that the lots across the street are both multi-unit R3 lots. The lots in the backyard are all R3 lots as well. And the surrounding area across the street is R3. So it very much does meet the landscape and the look of this area here. For square footage wise and size, currently we're looking at, I have the lots up in the left right here. So 2240 is 1,075 meters squared. Currently there's R3 lots in Stratford in that subdivision that are the same size that are already approved for 4 units. And then the other lot that's in question for us would be the down here, and that's very close to 1,400, which again has ample space. And parking should not be an issue. So here's a picture just demonstrating the differences in the places. So here's a semi-detached building that was built. We actually built it last year. And over here you'll see that that is a stacked semi. So really the main difference is there's no garage. Is that there's no more single car or 1.5 car garages. This is another drawing of a stacked semi-detached, and what you can see here is the bottom unit has a door here, the other bottom unit has a door here, and then there's 2 doors here with stairs going to the upstairs. So the main point, or a big point of this, is that for economics of building it, the size, the footprint of the building is a lot of the cost whenever we look at building this infrastructure. And the regular semi has a larger footprint than the stacked semi does. And that could allow for a lot more inclusive building, meaning lower incomes for new buildings. As we know, new buildings right now are quite expensive to rent, and this could potentially allow it to be at a better rate. So the key takeaways for this, from this presentation would be the amendment would help the town meet the housing accelerator goals with the existing infrastructure and lots that are out there. This type of building would maintain the same or smaller building footprint as a regular semi-detached. There's duplex on there. The lots that are in discussion that we're interested in right now, they do fit the area. There are multi-units all around them. I can't speak for every subdivision, But for the ones that we're interested in right now, they very much do fit the area that they're in. The size of the lots have ample room for parking. I know parking's always a big worry or discussion point. There is lots of room for parking with the lots there, as there's 4 units being built on on same size lots. Due to building up and not out, there is the potential for cheaper units. Both of these building plan would also meet all required building codes required. And currently, right now, there are buildings like this being built. 2 of them are being built in Cornwall right now. They are being built in Summerside right now. So I think this is going to be a movement, and I'm happy that everybody here was willing to listen. It was great working with the planning department and talking to some counselors, and it was just kind of a nice way to go about this. So I appreciate people's time and guidance. And with that, I'll take any questions if there are any, or.
Sir, thank you. I do appreciate the presentation. I will now open the floor up for questions. I will indicate that certainly questions can be asked to both the applicant as well as planning staff, as well as myself as chair, and we'll endeavor to do our best to address your questions here this evening.
I have one question. Just curious if you're aware of any other developers that are interested in a similar or same type of development that we're looking at this evening.
I can't say I do for the R2 lots, but I know that there are a lot of people looking at the stacked townhouses, which are R3. I haven't talked to a lot that are interested in the R2.
Okay.
Just because it's not really offered yet right now, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a question, and it could be either for you, sir, or for Mr. Ruff, just so I can have some clarification. As you did note, sir, parking is an issue within our municipality. Are there proposed parking standards? And Mr. Ruff, feel free to jump in, or sir, if you're aware, are there proposed parking standards for this type of development?
Yeah, the bylaw states 1.5, but I think it's like 2 parking places per unit is what would be planned. And because this is special permit, as Phil said before, each proposal would be able to be looked at to ensure there's lots of parking. So there would be minimum of 2 parking spaces per unit.
Would that be fair to say?
Yes, yeah. So in terms of the use itself, we're actually looking at establishing 2 parking spaces as required minimums.
Okay.
For it. It was an issue that popped up both with review of the couple of recent stacked townhouse developments and then just review of the other uses within the zone. I think the 2, which is the standard that's typically the highest, like singles, semis, duplexes, and townhouses currently all require the 2. So that's why we're going to go in a recommendation in the amendment to have minimum 2.
Okay. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that input. I'll make more and more general invitation to the floor for any questions, and then I'll ask our town staff to see who are monitoring if there are any questions from either YouTube or Facebook. I see no. Okay. So going once, going twice, sold on the questions. So no correspondence has been received. I'll state that for the record. So at this point in time, I do want to thank the applicant for coming in and providing us with that information and providing those viewing online with that information. So I'll just indicate for the record what the next steps are in this process. So any written comments will be received until 12 p.m. on Monday, September the 23rd, 2024, by email to prough@townofstratford.ca or hand delivered to the Town Center Planning Department. Planning Board will then meet for discussion and make a recommendation to Council on October the 1st, 2024. Town Council will meet for the first reading of the proposed zoning bylaw amendment on October the 9th, 2024. And should that proceed, then Town Council would meet for a second reading and adoption of the zoning bylaw amendment on November the 13th, 2024. I will now adjourn the meeting. I want to thank everybody for your participation. It's always welcome to see those attending and speaking to matters that certainly are concerned throughout the town. Thank you.
Thank you.